What's up guys, today I'm gonna tell you about a car that lots of schoolboys jerk off to every day. And unfortunately lots of people actually consider it a pretty cool car. Originally this automobile used to be called Dodge Challenger Hennessey and it used to have 620 horsepower. But one of the previous owners thought that was not enough, so he decided to remove the original compressor and change it for the one from a boat. And after they measured it, it turned to have 800 horsepower. And yes, that's true, I checked it myself. I have to confess that lots of my friends and people I know really like American cars a lot. But I will be honest with you, I hate this shit. Anyway, today we're testing a Dodge Challenger SRT8 Hennessey, and this car has 800 horsepower. This car is beautiful. It really is beautiful. Same as all the American muscle cars. This car is black and it's huge. And its name sounds cool. And I like how this car looks from the back. I like its appearance. I like how it looks from the side. I like its front. This car, it looks so aggressive. If this car could speak, it would like, "Who the f*** are you? You have some problems. Get over here. Put away your camera or I'll smash your face."
Yeah.
That's what this car would do if it were a human. Because you just look at its face, it looks so evil. The face of this car is so typical for American muscle cars. When you stand near this car in a traffic jam or just see it passing by, you just stare at it and think to yourself, it's beautiful, it's cool, and it's expensive. And it's powerful, it must be pretty fun to drive it. This car must be so damn cool. But in real fact, it's not. That's why every time when I'll be telling truth about this car, and this car belongs to one of my friends, his name is Boris, so every single time when I spell the harsh truth about this automobile, I'm gonna be saying the phrase, "Boris is a nice guy." Yes, I am the Boris, but it doesn't matter who I am. Don't get surprised if you hear this phrase too often. But if you're afraid to hear the truth about this car, just hit the like button and switch this video off, cause Boris is a nice guy. Come on, you motherfucker! Solid metal. No plastic at all. And there's no extra elements like covering as we used to get in European cars. I mean things like plastic panels or just any other covering. There's absolutely nothing like that in this car. Kiss my ass! And now let's look at the braking system. Cause I wonder what the hell is this? Do they really mean I have to stop an 800 horsepower car that weighs 2.5 tons with this? And that's Brembo. I cover toilet bowls with gold and do it for cheap, so come to St. Petersburg. This Brembo system is cheap. It has no ventilation and these braking discs are way too small. The rear discs are a pure disgrace. For example, you can look at that car over there. Do you see that piece of crap? And it has almost the same braking system as this car. So, Boris really is a nice guy. Man, don't you like our company? Why, I don't mind it. But you've just said that right before I pulled out my camera. And now you say, no, it's okay. You've just said you didn't like us. Just give me a break. And what I don't like is the exhaust. Just look at this exhaust system. Actually, the shape looks rather stylish, but in fact, this is just a nozzle. And it doesn't affect anything. It's just attached to the pipe. I'm having fun. God damn it, everyone's having fun except me. Having fun is fun, you should try it. But still, I like the style of this car. It just needs a better brakes, because right now it doesn't brake at all. But still,
No.
this car has lots of moments I have to tell you about. I don't want you to think that I'm harassing it only for its brakes. And if you change it, the car will become great because it's very good looking. Cause it will not. It simply doesn't work like that, and Boris is a nice guy. And I had to put that dog in a pen and close it. The most casual steering wheel, same as all of these buttons. And this panel is quite rough and clumsy. I would call it ugly. And by the way, it also has this sign that says that this car is John Hennessey, HP 600 Challenger SRT. And by the way, this gearbox is called Mopar. And here you can find its serial number, and it says that this car is 8th out of 50. Under its hood it has a Hemi 6.1 liter, and there's lots of free space under this hood. Americans always loved big automobiles. And now let's check out the interior. And the first thing I see here is this dumb and cheap audio system or multimedia system. By the way, this system has a hard drive. The plastic is very cheap. There is an insurance, and this thing is a special device that can hack and reprogram your compressor. And few people know about it, but this thing goes with a special Chinese man who can tune it. He lives in a trunk, but I'm not sure if Boris ever used him because this car is not tuned yet. The guys are standing on that side of the drawbridge and waiting for it to get lowered. And these spinning things came here from the last century. Well, everything is so... I don't know how you guys feel about it, but when I start touching everything here, I understand that's a disaster. This thing is a piece of shit, and this too. It's so bad. Do you see this ass, man? Come on, kiss it! And these seats are just regular leather seats. First, this car was raped hard there in America. But then it got to Boris. And believe me, he raped it harder. Let's drive it. That was awesome. Well, my dear friends, what can I tell you? Inside, this car is ugly, honestly. But the outside is very beautiful, and everyone considers you a cool guy. Everyone around you think that you are doing pretty well, and that even may be true, but this car is unsteerable. It's completely unsteerable. I'm not sure if the camera can show it to you, but I will try to explain it to you somehow. It does all the same thing. It's hard to explain, but it feels like the suspension of this car lives its own life, while the engine is living its own life, doing its own things. And same does the body of this car. Every man for himself, you know. Damn, it's stiff. And that's strange, because since the suspension being so clumsy, you expect it to be at least soft, but it's so stiff. And the gas pedal is so unstable, so unbalanced. Sometimes nothing seems to happen when you step on it, but it can fly into space barely you pressed it. But I guess all of these systems in this car simply need to be tuned. Well, yes, it's powerful, and it does feel insane, but I don't know what to do with this power. I mean, all I can do with it is showing off in turns, doing some drifting, or maybe doing some donuts before my friends. You just come to the spot, do some smoke and leave. Or you can simply make some noise driving straight. That's it, all you can do with this car is driving it on weekends, and do this at every traffic light. That's all you can do with this car. If that's what you need, hardly you're gonna care about this interior, cause you don't need all that. All you care about is noise and smoke around you, and how people react to this car, and how they turn their heads when it passes by. What a nice car! With a ram on its steering wheel. I used to call Bentley a Sparrow, but this car is simply a ram. I don't know what else to tell about this car. That was a nice BMW, but if you want to know... But it sounds ugly, man. So if you want to know whether this car is suitable for everyday driving, I will have to say no. It's not. This car, it's gallons of fuel. Let's try to drive it calmly. Damn, it needs tuning. Right now this car has only 2 modes when you floor it, and when it's just being parked, that's it. I don't like this piece of shit. All I can say is that my feelings about this car are quite controversial. On the one hand, everyone pays attention to this car, because it's so beautiful and stylish, and this black color suits it very much, same as this 800 horsepower. On the other hand, sitting inside here makes me sad. I'm not sure, maybe it's supposed to be like this. What if that's the feature of this car? Maybe that's the feature of all American cars. By the way, there are lots of tuned parts in this car. Like this red stripe over here. But to be honest, in this car it looks like a mockery. You know, the real racer should always be aware of the degree of his steering wheel, as if anyone's gonna turn it. This car can only go straight. Oh, there's a policeman. Good day, sir. May I ask you a couple of questions? We borrowed this car from my friend for a test drive, and we want to understand, what do people around us think about this automobile? But just be honest, because when I see people driving such cars in the street, I think they're morons. That's right, you agree with me. No sane person would ever buy such a car. It's loud, it's smoking, farting. This car is an unsteerable, overpowered bastard. But what do you think about the appearance of this car? Okay, I got it, thank you. I find it cool, said the policeman. Okay. Well, guys. Yo, this camera is so dope. How does it work? Okay, guys, now you're gonna see what the driver sees. You can imagine yourself driving it. Hey son, you are watching D3, so... Don't forget to hit the like button, I didn't see you pressing it. No, you didn't, come on, do it. Yes, that's right, good boy. I like this camera. Yeah, it's so comfortable. And now, look at the truck driver. Hello there, can I ask you one little question? We borrowed this car from a friend of mine for a test drive. We're driving it for the whole day and want to understand what do normal people think about it. What you think about such a bucket with bolts when you sit in a traffic jam? We'd like to hear a female point of view about it, and the female point of view says it's not a bucket with bolts. No, it's not. Thank you for that. Dude, come on, don't say such things about girls. Okay, maybe she is, but... Jesus Christ, there's no one to talk to in a traffic jam. These spinning things and this display, everything is so last century here. I don't know why, but this car smells old, man. It smells old farts. Why? Why does this car smells old farts, or as I usually say, someone else's life? This car has only one disadvantage when you get inside of it. It smells like an old cunt. As if you're smelling someone's old cunt. Or maybe even eating it. But it's so beautiful from the outside. Goddamn this interior, well, that's an American muscle.
Take a globe, close your eyes and spin it. Open your eyes in these spots you pick. Look, play, we hit it. Touchdown in your city, so man your umbrellas. With trucks and acapellas, making it rain, Cinderella.
If you want to make everyone around you hate yourself while standing in a traffic jam, this automobile is perfect for it.
Late night studio.
Well, not sure if you can see it, but this car has a pretty bad steering. It's just shaking from side to side. So you have to work with this car all the time. It's not that car where you can sit and relax. It's not a Rolls-Royce Phantom that says that you are doing pretty well. If you are driving this automobile, you are definitely not doing pretty well. I would say right the opposite. If you are driving this automobile, you are doing bad. So this is definitely just a weekend car. Strictly for some cool evening ride, you just show up, show off and go home. Boris is a nice guy. If you ever come to St. Petersburg and see this car, or any other Dodge Challenger, you just do a honk honk and shout out loud, Boris is a nice guy. Just don't forget and do it. And if Boris or when Boris sells this car, and he will sell it. No man, no, never. I just want this automobile always to get met by everyone with this unique phrase, Boris is a nice guy. Because Boris really is a nice guy. It's rocking and pushing, what a piece of shit. All I can summarize in the end is that I don't like American cars. This automobile is just a shopping cart, and it doesn't bring me any pleasure. The only American car that I really enjoy is a Tesla, and maybe a new Ford GT in some way. Anyway, you've been watching J3, my name is Davidich, and don't get offended if you like this car, just leave your comments below and hit the like button. Anyway, Boris is a nice guy.